HPS students. Welcome back to another episode of our school's exclusive podcast. And our today's episode name, A Candid Candor with Head Girl and Head Boy. Today we have a very special episode in store for you all. Joining us on the show are two very familiar faces that need no introduction. Our head boy Ishan Goyal and head girl Yashika Sihag. And of course, we have the pleasure of welcoming a very important member of our school community, the one who keeps our well-being in check, our incredible coordinator, Ms. Khamoshi Kakkar. She has a vital role in making sure that every student feels supported and cared for. Now, before we dive into today's conversation, I just want to take a moment to express how excited I am to have all of you here with me. Today's episode is all about you, HPS, and our Hansarians, and how we can ensure that your well-being remains our top priority. And that's exactly what we are going to delve into today. We'll be discussing everything from the journey and experiences of our head boy and head girl to the expectations of our Hansarians. So whether you're tuning in during your study break or you're on your way to practice, get ready to gain some valuable insights into prioritizing your well-being as an HPS student. Alright, HPS family, without further ado, let's jump right into the most interesting discussion with your favorites.
Namaste everyone, this is Khamoshi Kakkar, Coordinator Senior Wing in A Candid Candor with our head girl Yashika Sihag and head boy Ishan Goyal. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, ma'am.
At the outset, the very obvious, how does it feel to be holding this position? And since when you had been dreaming of this?
Ma'am, it feels absolutely amazing to be chosen for the most coveted post in the school cabinet. It's an incredible experience. It's a mixture of pride, joy, and of course, a little bit of nervousness too. We can't wait to take on new responsibilities. We are beyond excited and grateful for this opportunity. This is definitely a moment we will cherish forever.
I think we had this dream from the very beginning of our school journey. Moreover, working with Harsh and Asta, our previous year heads, was an amazing experience.
What were your perceptions about your roles and responsibilities when you were campaigning for this? Is it any different from what you imagined?
We had a mix of perception and expectations. We knew that it would come with responsibilities, and we understood that we have to work in collaboration with students.
Well, ma'am, being in the school cabinet has been way beyond what we expected. We thought it would be cool, but it's even cooler.
I like the statement.
Yes, ma'am, we really mean it. Though our tenure as the school cabinet has just started, but it already feels very fulfilling and interesting. And we are looking forward to give our best for the rest of our term.
You think that the roles and responsibilities of a head boy and head girl or cabinet in general needs a rejig?
Well, ma'am, change is an inevitable part of the process, but I wouldn't say that our responsibilities as the school cabinet require a complete rejig. But we definitely believe in evaluating and evolving as we move along the way.
I would like to add on that the school cabinet can be given a greater independence in organizing events meant for students.
Yeah, I remember that last year our cabinet did a fantastic job in organizing the Children's Film Festival. It was out and out the children's affair. They organized it. And can we expect something similar or something new on the Teachers' Day?
Of course, there will be something new and amazing on Teachers' Day, but we would like to keep it a secret as we want to surprise you all with that. Not a shock.
Yeah, that's reassuring. Any one activity or anything that you would like to change about the school system?
Well, ma'am, I suggested this activity in my interview also, ma'am, where we can name it as random acts of kindness. There are 12 months in a year and there are 12 classes in our school. So we can assign each class to every month. Like January can be given to 5th class. Then all the 4 sections will be provided with a theme. Like as it's the winter season, so we can provide with them with a theme of donation of winter clothes. So ma'am, all the 4 sections will give their voluntary contribution. Ma'am, because as the students are in their growing phase, sometimes they don't reuse their clothes. So ma'am, that can be donated to the EWS students of our schools, or we can even collaborate with the NGOs. This will help inculcate various values in students like importance of donation, kindness, and they will also learn to help others. Ma'am, and the class with the most contribution can be awarded and rewarded by our principal, ma'am. This will encourage them.
Yeah, that's, I think, amazing. We look forward to implementing it. Now, mention of a suggestion reminds me of an anecdote that I had experienced in one of my classes more than 15 years ago, right? It was a Saturday, and as you know, that Saturdays mostly the attendance is thin. So one day, a particular class, they wanted to have a free class from me. And by the way, let me share with you that I have had a notorious reputation of not giving any free classes. But that day, somehow the class was determined. They were using all their virtues to impress me and ask for a free class. And I was using all my might to say no. So suddenly, one of the students, he stood up and said, "Ma'am, okay, that you simply talk to us, but not about the subject." So somehow that idea appealed to me, and that particular day we talked about practically everything under the sun, be it career, life choices, or the life-changing events in the lives of the people who have made a mark for themselves in the world of business or industry. So it was an engaging class. So at the end of the class, the same child, he walked up to me and said, "Ma'am, could we have more of such sessions in our class?" I think that was a big learning for me. I realized that different children, they have different leanings. They have different expectations depending upon their interests, their preferences, aptitude, and simply how a teacher takes his or her classroom transactions. What is it that you people look forward to in a class?
Yes, ma'am, it's true that all students have their personal preferences and interest in different subjects. But sometimes a way that teacher holds the classroom interactions keep the students glued and interested in the subject. So, ma'am, I'm pretty sure that when you discuss with the class, that all the students who attended your lecture would be looking forward to your class from next time. They would be more interested in your subject, and they definitely will be waiting for another one of those periods. So that's why I guess that is the best way to indulge students in the subject.
What had wrong been your favorite period?
Well, ma'am, my answer can be a little bit unexpected because the period that I look forward to the most is mathematics.
I think that is a most dreaded subject by most of the students.
Yes, ma'am. That's why I said my answer can be a bit unexpected. I really love this subject, and one of the main reasons is that since the beginning of my schooling days, I've got really nice and supporting mathematics teachers who helped cultivated my interest in the subject even more.
Yeah. And what about you, Ishan?
My answer is very expected. My favorite period is games.
I expected that.
Mainly because we can get a break from a study schedule and we can play with our friends, have a conversation, and mainly relaxes our mind.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a pall of gloom whenever there is a loss of game period due to rains or due to some activity. Now, despite such fondness for the games period, we have comparatively a smaller percentage of students who take to sports seriously. What more can be done by the school in order to convert this fondness for the games to a serious affair with the sports?
Well, ma'am, our school has already taken a really nice initiative to deal with the problem, in which all the interested students in various sports activities are called early to school, and they are taught under the able guidance of our sports department. Around 10 new sports activities have been included, both indoor and outdoor, to encourage students. This is the best way to popularize sports. Another basically initiative that can be taken is that many students, especially in senior classes, think that their studies would be affected if they take on these activities. So ma'am, we should encourage them and make them understand this thing that playing gives their mind a break, any sports which they prefer, and this will give them an academic boost.
I have a wish list, right? Sometimes when I find children running amok during the recess, I really wish that they sit down and have their food nicely, and they follow the etiquettes and washroom etiquettes, submit assignments without any reminders, and most important, that they follow the school rules and norms out of respect, not out of fear. So how do you think we can engage children themselves in inculcating the discipline?
Ma'am, students, especially teenagers, feel that their freedom is being curtailed. Ma'am, but the fact is that the rules and norms are meant to bring in balance and basically sometimes are for their own safety and security purpose.
Yeah.
As students make their class rules, they could be asked to make recess rules and corridor rules as well.
That's great idea.
Yes, ma'am. Students sometimes need to be reminded of that they have to follow the rules. And to deal with this problem, our school has taken another really nice initiative. That is, all the teachers of our school are wearing ID cards. Ma'am, I've myself seen that many students feel encouraged to wear the I cards as they see that their teachers are also wearing those, and we are seeing less defaulters.
You mean to say that they learn or inculcate discipline more by demonstration? So I hope all children are listening, and being disciplined would be being cool.
Yes, ma'am.
So now it's time to tickle some funny bones. Any funny incidents that you came across while campaigning for the post?
Of course, definitely, there were many funny incidents. But most hilarious one when a boy came up to me with an idea of organizing pajama day at a school, in which they can come in their comfiest wear and enjoy without any fear of studying, as they say.
Well, ma'am, campaigning for the post of head girl can have its hilarious moments. And once a group of students came to me and asked that if I could ask principal ma'am to install a giant slide between various floors.
Okay.
Can you imagine sliding down from one floor to another? They argued that it would be an interesting way to go to the classes. I know it's a very impractical, idea, but it really did bring some laughter to the class.
Yeah, even I can't stop laughing imagining children, sliding down and gliding up those slides. But I think it's going to be a serious issue.
Yes, ma'am.
Any popular demands from the students which they put up to you during your campaign?
Yes, ma'am. Well, the most popular demand among students is that they want that all the washrooms should have mirrors.
Okay.
And another popular demand was to organize annual function and sports day every year.
Oh, I hope the administration is listening. It was a pleasure talking to both of you. I wish you both the very best for all your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.